I, sir, am ready when you are.
Excellent. My name is Dom McDowall, and I run Cubicle 7 Entertainment Limited. I do.
Now, Dom, I think I've stumbled into something a little bit bigger than that I had anticipated. So, Cubicle 7, it's yours.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah,
so, oh my God, how long are you going to be in the States?
I'm flying back tomorrow.
Okay. Are you going to be at Gen Con?
Yeah.
I'll ask you about that at the end then.
Okay.
But I'm sorry. Go ahead. I interrupted you because I was a little starstruck for a moment.
Not at all.
Yeah.
No. So what I do. Lots of things. I mean, I think that it's been really interesting, certainly over the last 2 years. I relocated to Ireland, and as part of that was the opportunity to. We've always been quite a big remote working organisation, so but I really wanted to build the on-site studio, and it was that thing of just
you're definitely not an Englishman because you emote, like you have emotion on your face.
That's Welsh.
Yeah, okay, that's the Welshness. All right,
definitely.
Gotcha.
Yeah. The opportunity to build that studio and just get everybody in one place where we can all get around a table and thrash everything out, and it's been amazing. So
the thing that attracted me to your booth, other than my love of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay 2nd edition and the beautiful reprint work that you guys have done, is I saw that spectacular banner you have for Warhammer Age of Sigmar Soulbound. So what's the story here?
So it's really exciting. It's the first role-playing game that's going to be set in the Age of Sigmar setting. You'll be playing the Soulbound, who are it's an ancient order from the mortal realms, the Age of Myth, that's been revived as all of the horrible stuff that's been happening. And with the Age of Sigmar, the armies of Order have reinvaded. But there's loads of other stuff that needs to be done as well. And the Soulbound are the Order that they've turned to try and help them to do those sort of things. So, the armies are stretched thin. The forces of Order need to be out there smiting. The Stormcast Eternals are they're more of a sledgehammer solution to things, whereas the Soulbound are the scalpels. So you'll be playing these. It's quite you start as kick-ass heroes to start with.
So that's something that's going to attract me then. That is different from regular Warhammer fantasy, where I'm not a rat catcher or a grave digger or some other low class laborer. I actually start out pretty badass.
Yep, you'll be. You can play. There's a range of Stormcast Eternals that you can play.
Oh man, like a D&D game where we're all paladins, clerics, and fighters that worship the same god. That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it's
absolutely brilliant.
In playtest, I've spent a couple of.
It's my show. I'll cuss. It's fine.
Okay. In the playtest, I played a couple of Venators, and it's like just playing a character that can fly. You just don't get to do that very often. It's they're in there, but it's like
at risk of sounding gushy and stalkery, you have the obvious thing that makes anybody in this industry successful. You have a passion, but that passion has obviously been tempered with a practical business sense. Yeah, and you see it with the designers, you see it with the retailers. You have that rare thing, and I'm envious. It's really, really cool. So mechanically, what are going to be... Essentially, if I'm an old grognard who's into the traditional Warhammer Old World RP, is this going to be repellent to me?
No, I don't think. I mean, it's different. It's one of the things that I really love about it is that you have a lot of those accents that carry through from Wofrup through to the Age of Sigmar, and sometimes so often you'll come across something that is something that's been that's survived through from the old world.
Right.
I suppose the obvious stuff like when Gotrek comes through and things like that. But just little things that you see as little echoes of the world that was. They're really
Okay,
I love those quite a bit.
Very clever. So I guess then mechanically there's going to be enough similarity there where I'll understand the game, but enough distinction that it's going to have a different feel.
Oh, it is a different game system. So it's a D6 dice pool system rather than the D100 of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. I think because it's a bit more of an epic scale game, just rolling a fistful of dice needed to happen, I think.
And that's very Age of Sigmar. So with that said, then, are we going to see Age of Sigmar role play supplements that are not soulbound, kind of like what they've done with Warhammer Underworlds, where each successive set has had a different name?
We're sticking with Soulbound to start with.
Got it. Because with Underworlds, it was very confusing because everybody called it Shadespire at first, and then now it's Beastgrave, and now. But are we going to see crossover? Like, are we going to see Warcry supplements or Warhammer Underworld supplements or material for Soulbound?
It's not in the initial lineup, but who knows?
Because I can tell you,
cool
there are hardcore Khorne devotees that want to play, Berserkers of Khorne in Warcry. I mean, I'm one of them, clearly. Yeah. Can I ask you one more question?
Absolutely, yeah.
Why are people from the United Kingdom superior at miniature gaming than anyone else in the world? Why are you guys the top of the hill?
Oh, I mean, it probably comes. How is it? Is something like 20 countries that the UK hasn't invaded in the history of the world? So I guess it's some sort of shameful legacy.
Now, and you and I both speak obviously different dialects, but we both speak the language of conquerors, the Angles, right? We're speaking the language of conquest and commerce, and I know that pisses people off all over the world, but fuck them. So, any which way, Dom, thank you so much for your time, man. I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Hopefully I'll get to sit down with you more in the future.
Yeah, it'd be great, yeah.